No, don't do that, man. What's wrong with you?
Hey guys, welcome to TuneSpec. I'm Frank, and today on the channel we're celebrating Lotus, in particular the Lotus mid-engine sports car. And to do that, I have two cars for you. To my right, I have a 1972 Lotus Europa twin cam, and to my left, I have a 2024 Lotus Emira First Edition. It's 52 years of history between the two. So I'm going to start here with this lovely 1972 Lotus Europa. It's a beautiful old car, it's in fantastic shape, and I'm so happy that its owner, Rick, brought it out to us today. In fact, he owns both of the cars we're going to look at today, and I'm so happy I met this man. So under the hood, we have a 1.6 liter Ford-derived four-cylinder engine, which it was massaged by Lotus, and it puts out 126 horsepower. So that doesn't sound like a lot in 2025, but when you take the fact that this car never weighed more than 1,570 pounds. I mean, that's pretty lightweight. Nowadays, a big motorcycle will weigh that much. So in a car this size, 120 horsepower is more than enough to get you down a highway at a decent pace. But pure speed was never the point behind Lotus. Lotus was about lightweight and amazing handling. So this car absolutely fits the bill. We have a steel-framed backbone chassis. We have front wishbone suspension, and out here in the back, something really special. They call it the Chapman strut. They were designed by Colin Chapman, the founder of the company, and he took this technology directly from his Formula One race cars. If you know anything about Formula One, Lotus is a huge name in the history of Formula One. They were direct rivals to Ferrari back in the 60s and 70s, and even starting the 80s. Okay, and moving 52 years on, we have this 2024 Lotus Emira First Edition. Now, first of all, call it a sports car, call it a supercar, I don't care what you call it, it's absolutely gorgeous. And if you look at the car, everything is form and function mated. We have aero inlets up here in the front, we have inlets in the front there for cooling your brakes, we have this huge inlet here to give you more air to your supercharged engine. And what is that engine? Well, under the hood, we have a 3.5 liter Toyota-derived engine which is supercharged and produces 400 horsepower and 360 pound-feet of torque. And that has made it to a 6-speed transmission because, after all, this is a sports car, and what else would you want but a manual transmission? So numbers are fine, styling is fine, but that's not what Lotus is all about. Lotus is about being on the road and the amazing handling that these cars have. And the only way we're going to find that out, it's not in the parking lot. Let's get them out on the road. So let's go for a ride. All right, so I'm driving a 1972 Lotus Europa twin cam here. 1972. I think this is the oldest car I've ever driven in my life. It's got a 4-speed transmission, and I'm going to tell you something. I drive trucks for a living. This clutch is heavy. If you want a good calf workout, there you go. So you only have about 125 horsepower in here, but this car is so light, I don't feel like you really need any extra. The handling, the steering on this car is so precise. As soon as I turn the wheel, the car just goes for me. I feel like in that respect, this car has it all over anything modern. It's got little tiny tires, only 15-inch wheels, so you do feel a lot of bumps. It's a little bit loud in here, but you know, it's a 53-year-old car at this point. You've got to expect that. The seating position is a little unusual. It was a little difficult getting in. You have to be a little more limber than I am, perhaps. And once you're sitting in here, you're kind of in a very lounge back position. It almost feels like I want to slide forward, like I'm in a lounge chair. It's pretty comfortable. I could see driving a decent distance in this car. The only drawback probably would be the sound that you hear. The rumble would be a little droning after a while, would probably make you a little exhausted. Now it's probably 65 degrees out today. We don't have air conditioning, and I kind of feel like I wish we did. But it's pretty comfortable. I guess I don't know how good you can hear that on the recording, but it's got a nice noise to it. It makes a lot of noise actually. It's a pretty enjoyable car as far as that goes. One of the strangest things about this car is I actually had to take my shoes off. I wear size 12 shoes, and the owner warned me about that my footwear was not appropriate for this car. I could not put my foot on the gas pedal without hitting the brake, so I'm driving in socks, which is a little unusual, and with the heavy clutch, you really do feel it. So out front you have a nice big section of glass here. The windshield's kind of big. You can pretty much see everything. It's got a rather small bonnet up front. The mirror, the side view mirror has got to be about 3 inches. There's a little difference in technology there.
Yeah.
You know, for a 53-year-old car, this is a really nice drive. The only thing that gives me any nervousness at all is the brakes. The brakes are, by today's standards, nothing. But it is a light car, 1,500 pounds. Yeah, it brings it to a stop. You just have to give it a little more pressure than you're used to. Okay, so driving a 2024 Lotus Emira First Edition. First thing I can say is I can hear the supercharger whine behind me. Didn't expect that. I thought a newer car would be a little more quiet and refined. I'm kind of glad I have that because it really lets you know what the car's doing. The brakes are far more touchy than anything I've ever driven. And I guess when you're driving a sports car, that's what you want. I could imagine this thing would be a blast on track. To be honest, at this point, I haven't seen 40 miles an hour yet, but I plan on it soon. So first impressions for this car, the handling is fantastic. It feels like it's on rails. There's no juddering, there's no bouncing. It really doesn't feel like a sports car. As far as that that is concerned, it kind of reminds me of a luxury car. But when you put this thing into a turn, it just goes. The littlest input out of the steering wheel and the car is just going to go where you want it to go. The bumps, the little hills that I'm going over, I'm not hearing anything, I'm not feeling anything. You would think that it's a smooth piece of asphalt, but it's definitely not. So when I think about sports cars, I expect it to be bare bones, rough, bouncy ride, screaming loud. Well, I'll be honest with you, this is a little loud. I hear the engine whining and I'm shifting at like 2,500 RPMs and you can really hear it. I can imagine on track if you start pushing up over 6,000 RPMs, you're probably not going to hear much else. But that does sound kind of fun, doesn't it? Comfort-wise though, these seats are comfortable. I feel well bolstered. I feel like I'm being held in place. The steering wheel, everything feels ergonomic. I'm just enjoying the drive. I could really see somebody putting a lot of miles on this car. All right, so now that I got to drive both of these cars, took them out on the road, put them through their paces more than I actually expected to, what can I say? I'm like a kid in the candy store today. I'm so happy that I got to take these cars out. I am so happy for Rick, the owner of both of these cars, to bring them out to us today. What can I say about them? This 1972, oh, this was fantastic. This car handled like nothing I ever felt. Anything I did with that steering wheel, it just went where I wanted to be. It was, yeah, it's a little loud, but it's a sports car. And that just still put a smile on my face to hear that car running. It's comfortable. I could see somebody putting a lot of miles in this car. I loved it. This is amazing. This car, I'll tell you, this has the best brakes of anything I've ever driven. It kind of took me by surprise. The brakes on this car are just out of this world. This, I would expect you want to take out on a racetrack, and if you could, I would do that every day. The power in this car, it's amazing. It gets up to speed incredibly quick. They're not 0 to 60 cars, they're not quarter-mile cars, but the way they handle and the way they put the power to the ground, I'll tell you, Lotus, I always wanted a Ferrari, now I want a Lotus, and I want two. To my right, I have a 1972 Lotus Europa. So it was massaged by Lotus and it puts out 126 horsepower. And that doesn't sound like a lot in 1925.
25? It's an old car.
What do you call a one-handed Italian? A stutterer?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Action.
We might have to hire her.
We need more energy. We cannot afford her.
I know. You can't afford me. You may not get that back from her.